Hey, it's Kim Komando today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to Komando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. You know, I always like to start with something interesting. And coming in a few weeks, some new emojis. Here's what we have to look forward to. A moose. Yes, because we always wanted to send that emoji. A blackbird. Never wanted to use that. A goose. A jellyfish. Yes, and a pink heart. I know what you're saying. They had a pink heart before, but not like this pink heart. There's also the shake face. So I looked it up, like when would we send a shake face? Well, they say these are situations when you're experiencing either an earthquake or a metaphorical one, or perhaps you're just shaking your head back and forth very, very quickly. Here's a little fun fact, only 31 new emojis this year. Last year, it was 110. So are we running out of new emojis? Is that what's going on? And iPhone users, don't bother sending the meteor emoji to your Android friends. It doesn't have the same impact. It just doesn't work. On that happy note, welcome once again to another hour, fun-filled hour, jam-packed hour of America's most trusted source for all things digital. We are literally the nation's largest show about anything technical. That's right. And we talk about consumer electronics, your privacy, your security, how to build your business online, and how to save money, and all the new products, and what's going on with the internet, and your privacy in Washington. I mean, gosh, it's just overflowing. And it's called the Kim Komando Show because, after all, I'm America's digital pro, Kim Komando, and you can hear us on over 420 top stations from coast to coast. And we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for my last name. As well as we're streaming as a podcast, as a webcast, whenever you want to get the show, commercial free, all 3 hours over at getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. And a special thank you goes out to our servicemen and women in the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force who protect our great nation and are listening right now on the American Forces Network Radio. And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. All right, I scour the news sites and the wires, and I talk to industry insiders every single day to keep you up to date. And this is part of the programming where I like to give you the top 5 things that you need to know about consumer tech, maybe some new products, and make a difference in how you use your devices and what you use and what you buy and what you think you need to sell. And we're going to start with going back 30 years ago to around August 22nd, 1994. That's when Jeff Bezos posted one of the first ever help wanted ads for Amazon.com. And it reads like this: well-funded Seattle startup looking for Unix developers. And it goes on talking about requirements with a computer science degree, strong communication skills, familiarity with web servers and HTML that would be helpful, not necessary. But my favorite line at the end is this: your compensation will include meaningful equity ownership. Meaningful equity ownership. Now, going back, Bezos started selling books online November 20th, 1994. A few years later, he added computer games. Then he added music. Then he added consumer electronics, video games, home improvement items. Wow. In the mid-2000s, that's when he found Amazon Web Services, and that's where they make a boatload of money. Now, I'm not sure what that equity ownership would mean today, but Amazon has a market cap of, wow, $1.37 trillion, making it the 5th most valuable company around the world, behind Apple, Saudi Aramco, Microsoft, and Alphabet, which we all know is Google. Number 2 on our list is, honey, can you get a 70-inch television delivered here within 30 minutes or an hour max? I use Instacart a lot, at least 3 to 4 times a week. I usually only use it to get groceries delivered. But last year, Instacart started doing these 30-minute deliveries. I don't know if you've run into this yet, but you can't even go to the store, pick out what you want, and get back within 30 minutes. Well, they just announced a brand new service that they're calling Big and Bulky. What this means is that you can order things from Instacart and have it delivered, such as outdoor furniture, even real furniture, major consumer home electronics, computers, desks, chairs, anything that falls under the Big and Bulky category. So if you don't have a good enough TV to watch a game, you can hop online and get a television delivered within an hour. You know, wow. So you might be wondering, what do regular TVs and smart TVs have in common? What do they have in common? Well, you can watch TV on both of them. And then what's the difference between a smart TV and a regular TV. Smart TV watches you. Number 3 on our list is Peloton bike wheels spin slower than the company's CEO's mouth. What? Yes. You've probably heard me talk about Peloton before. It's a great product, super expensive. After the pandemic, seemed nobody ever wanted to get back on their Peloton because we were on it every single day, me included. But I will tell you about getting back on the Peloton 2 to 3 times a week because it really is a great source of cardio. It really is. Well, in their latest earnings, Peloton reported a $1.2 billion operating loss, a 28% drop in revenue, a membership decline, and even more bad news. So what do you think the CEO of Peloton said about these numbers? What do you think he said about these numbers? What do you think? How did he justify it during this massive meeting? He called it substantial progress. I'm not kidding you. He said, this is substantial progress, and you're not going to see the numbers getting better at all until next year. This guy should really go onto eBay and see how many Peloton bikes are for sale for like $500 that were $2,500 new. So what's the best way to make a small fortune in Peloton stock? Start off with a big one. Number 4, please put the groceries in the garage. I love that. Amazon Prime members can already get their groceries and whatever else they order put inside their garages for safekeeping, so you don't have to worry about porch pirates. Well, now its chief competitor, who is Walmart, that's right, is expanding the Walmart Plus program so that this way you can have your groceries put inside your garage if you have a Chamberlain MyQ smart garage door controller. Now, Amazon Prime members, they have to buy that controller. But if you're on Walmart, this is really interesting. If you're a Walmart Plus member, you don't have a smart MyQ garage door controller, Walmart is going to install one for free. And in case you're wondering, Walmart Plus costs $100 a year. And I really think this is super smart. Amazon, if you're listening, any delivery person from Walmart can also pick up any returns. Isn't that handy? So you don't have to like box them up, take them to UPS or Kohl's or whatever. The MyQ Smart Controller costs around $30, but again, you get it for free if you're a Walmart Plus subscriber. That is some really, really smart marketing right there. And finally, coming in last at number 5 is a Google feature you might not have noticed because Google Maps is pretty phenomenal to get you from point A to point B, but Google Earth is on a whole nother level. That's where you can explore just about any part of the globe, often in 3D. Now, new tools are often added, and I don't think many people are aware, and I just used this the other day, and it was really a lot of fun. It's a time-lapse feature that is sourced from over 24 million satellite images covering 4 decades. Wow. So think about your neighborhood. Was it even there so many years ago? What about the development around it? So on your computer, you have to do it on your computer. You go to g.co/timelapse. Once again, that's g.co/timelapse. You just type an address into the bar to find out. And then once it's over the location, the time-lapse feature will begin starting in the early 1980s, jumping years every few seconds all the way to 2020, maybe even 2022, depending. You can zoom in or out, pause at a certain year. And they also have some time lapses of some really important places around the world on the left-hand side that you can check out too. Some of the images are old, so you might get some pixelation until it gets into more recent years, but it's a lot of fun to go back in time and using some of Google Earth's other features. I mean, after watching the world go all the way around once, let me tell you, I called it a day. Oh, I know, that was bad. Once again, that address is g.co/timelapse. All right, coming up, there's a Facebook trend I need to tell you about. It's going to be pretty surprising. We have brand new or not true. And brand new or not true, this week, I'm hoping that I made it easy enough so that we have a winner, because we haven't had a winner in, it seems like 6 weeks or so. So hoping that I made it simple enough. And brand new or not true, of course, is where 2 products are fake and 1 is real. Our digital life hack, it's really important. 10 things that are illegal to throw away and how to safely dispose of them instead. We've got 5 keyboard shortcuts that you're going to use all the time. And then later on, how you can surf without being tracked. And of course, we have all of your fantastic phone calls here on this Coast to Coast broadcast of the Kim Komando Show. Hey, our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't gone to komando.com/free guides, you're totally missing out. It is free. These are these free ebooks that we put together. So whether you're on Windows or Mac, or if you're on both, you can get both. We have search tricks to find your files and programs in a snap, some keyboard shortcuts. We're going to help you do some quick photo editing without downloading any extra programs. We've got text messaging shortcuts, and you can also get your text right on your computer. And then we've got a list of handy, free, safe downloads for Windows and Mac. And again, just go to komando.com/free guides. Once again, that's komando.com/free guides. And let's see, how about we start with Jim in Dallas, Texas. Hi there, Jim.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for taking my call. I really enjoy listening to your show and podcast.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So how are the rains in Dallas?
It's back to 91 degrees, and it probably won't rain for another week or so.
Oh,
so we're
well,
doing
that's
okay.
good. That's good, because I saw some of those images, and I was like, wow, that's really something. So how can I help you out?
Well, Kim, I work with a bunch of other retired folks that volunteer for to help veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome and traumatic brain injury and physical impairments, and we take them out on guided fly fishing trips. And you know that
nice.
that fly fishing's been shown to help them on their road to healing. But most of our guides, just including me, retired veterans, were all over 60, if not older, and so we're looking to find ways to upgrade and modernize our processes. Right now, our email is basically done through personal emails, and then I maintain our rosters on like an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to make your life so much better. We will.
Okay.
Okay. And tell me, are the names of the vets like in a Word doc or?
Well, now they reach out to me through to various means, but I get an email and then just transfer their information over to an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it is.
Okay, so that's an Excel spreadsheet as well.
Yeah.
How many folks do you think that you help every single year?
Oh, we're in the neighborhood of about 200 to 250. Since 2013, we're over 2,700 veterans that we've serviced so far. That's
awesome. That's terrific. And so tell me about the fly fishing. So do you put them up in a hotel, or how does that work?
I would say that half of our fly fishing trips have gone up to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, which is about a 3-hour drive from Dallas-Fort Worth. And we pay to house them in cabins up there.
Oh, nice.
And then they end up fly fishing for 3 days, and we do one-on-one guided fly fishing and then put the veterans back. And we obviously feed them also. And so it's really good for their healing. So
that's awesome.
That's what we do.
And then, how much does it cost per vet per trip?
Somewhere around $700 to $800 per vet.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. All right, so let's talk about membership software, because that's what we're going to look at. Okay.
Okay.
The way that the membership software works now is it all works in the cloud. And it's called software as a service. So whereby in the old days we'd buy software, but we don't do that anymore. We just sign into a website and then all of the data is there. And what's nice is that it's all backed up too. So you don't have to worry about those type of hassles. And you generally pay a fixed amount per month depending upon the number of seats, the number of people who are going to have access to it, and also the number of people who are going to be inside the database. So you say you had a couple of hundred people a year. And so you go back, and so maybe you have you think you have a couple of 1,000, 2,000 folks that you'd want to put in there, or maybe 1,000. And so you have to figure out those numbers. And then what it does is it becomes this all-encompassing package, Jim. So there's committee management, there's dues management, there's email marketing, there's a member database, there's a member portal, there are member types, right? Payment processing. You could take donations on your website. So it all falls under this big heap. And there are 4 that I've checked out. They range from anywhere from $60 a month to $400 a month, maybe even more, depending on how many different options that you want to use. It's kind of like when you buy a car, you just pick the options that you're going to want, right? And I'm going to send you a list of these four and a link where you can compare them side by side. Now, what I'd like to do is, is after you look at these, if we can have another conversation, then because I want to hear what you think about each one. And for everybody who's listening, is that I'll post a link to this over inside the Komando community in the Q&A forum. And what I'd like to personally do for you, Jim, is I'd like to donate $1,500 to your nonprofit that you can use to help get started in this venture, or for 2 vets to go fly fishing.
Oh my gosh, that's terrific. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to make a note right here. And then we're going to email you the links to these 4 membership programs that I've selected for you, and as well as for anybody else, in case you want to look at them, we'll put them inside the Q&A forum. And I just put Jim on hold. If he's okay with it, I'd like to link to his nonprofit inside the Komando community too. So in case anybody else would like to help Jim in this great cause and helping our vets who, we have to support our vets and our families. You can do that there as well. And Jim, thank you so much for your call. And that's right, Brand New or Not True, it's America's national radio game show sensation where you can play along and guess, is it brand new or is it not true? Because every week, literally thousands of new gadgets and apps and websites, smart this and smart that, right? They're announced. And that's when I came up with this game, Brand New or Not True, and I totally make up the fake products. 2 are fake and 1 is true. And every week, we have a special guest contestant that I present these 3 gadgets in the tech world. And you'll notice that no product names are given. Why? Because some people cheat. I know, they do. They cheat. They go, oh, well, I got Wordle on the first try. Sure you did. All right, Brand New or Not True, a fanny pack goes to the winner. If you'd like to be a contestant, you can always email me over on the website. And this week, our special guest contestant is Jane in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello there, Jane.
Well, hi, Kim. It is so way cool to be speaking with you.
Oh, well, you're pretty awesome. So are you feeling super smart today, Jane?
I don't know about that, but I don't always get things right, but I'm going to be really excited to give it a try.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start with product number 1. Now, okay. I'm sure you've seen those pictures of night vision, right? What looks kind of hazy out there. Night vision's been around for a long time, but it's never been small. You either have to carry around all the equipment like regular binoculars or put on these strap-on goggles on the top of your head. But now we have all new digitally enhanced night eyeglasses. Like their counterparts, these eyeglasses can take invisible light to the naked eye and they amplify it. It's kind of using the same type of tech like Google and Snap that they used to create glasses with AR and other tech. Not expected to catch on with everybody, but they're really targeting military and hunting enthusiasts. Speaking of vision, one night, I have to tell you, I had a vision that I was on stage with REM performing Losing My Religion, but that was just a dream. That was just a dream. You got it. That's great. Okay, night vision goggles, $899. Okay, product number 2. Think about everything that you have in your kitchen, Jane, that's been made smart. Smart ranges with Wi-Fi, internet-connected coffee makers. There's even like an internet-connected slow cooker, which, Jane, I'm sorry, I never understood that. Why do you need an internet-connected slow cooker? You put the chicken in there and 6 hours later, it's done, right? I mean, I don't know.
Right.
Refrigerators with smart displays. It was only a matter of time before the can opener has been made smart. It has a barcode scanner, lists ingredients inside the can, ties that data into a compatible health and diet app on your phone, like Apple's Health Kit. And this way you can track what you eat and even create meal plans for each day of the week, $119. And finally, product number 3. If you're like most people, you hear a car alarm almost every single day. 95% of them are false alarms. And people have been learned to just ignore them, right? Well, car thieves are super happy about that because people don't pay attention to the car alarms. But now we have a new smart car lock that's better than an alarm. Does real-time tracking, monitors your car, alerts you of suspicious activity, even if you're halfway around the world, because it's all managed through an app on your iOS or Android device. It connects into the car's OBD port, the onboard diagnostic port. The port exists in every car made after 1996, freely accessible without any tools, often located under the wheel around your knee area. And this is $40. So we have product number one are the night vision glasses. Product number two is the smart can opener. And product number three is a smart car lock. And if you don't get this one right, you're in for a rude awakening. Let me tell you, Jane. Okay, so which one is the real product? Which one is the real product?
Boy, they're all kind of plausible and all kind of random. I'm not going to go with the can opener. I think I'm going to go with glasses.
Okay, try again.
Okay. Is it that bizarre can opener?
No. Okay. All right. So we just eliminated. Okay, we just eliminated the can opener. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So is it the night vision glasses or is it the smart car lock?
I would say it's the smart car lock. Then.
Okay. Let's see what our judges say. Yay! You won, Jane. You won. You won. That's awesome.
Great, is it?
That was so
Car
fabulous.
Lock is an easy-to-use solution for monitoring car security and location. It's a simple system that connects your phone with a tracking device in your car.
You got it right.
It watches over your vehicle while you're away.
That's it. Oh boy,
It actually is pretty cool.
it is. And it's only like $40. You know, it's not. It's cheap.
Yeah.
And so you won an official Kim Komando Show fanny pack. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Which, by the way, the only way you can get one is by playing Brand New or Not True, because we're not selling them. So there you go. All right. So how can I help you out today, Jane?
Well, Reader's Digest version, after 2 years ago, after 41 years working for a not-for-profit, I retired. And, genius timing on my part, right at the start of a pandemic. And crazy economy, all that. So now, but the problem is now at the age of 69, just like a lot of other seniors, I can't believe that's attached to me now, but it is. I'm going to have to find myself back in the workforce. I'm going to have to get back in the workforce.
Okay.
Partly because of the economy, but also my husband is scheduled for a very complicated heart surgery that's going to be in a couple of months. Medicare, of course, will not pay for everything. They'll pay for a good part, but not everything. So that's the need for being in the workforce, the main reason, going back to work, but also because of his recovery. If it's at all possible, I'm hoping to be able to get something that I can do from home.
Okay.
So that I'm still his primary caregiver. I mean, there's all kinds of work, factory work and everything, and we also have horses, so I'm used to a lot of physical labor. But again, at 69 and wear and tear of all that time and physical labor, I'd rather not do that if I don't have to.
But if
I don't want to be.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to get this major surgery, you have to be at home. I mean, you're going to take care of him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He has to be my first priority.
Yeah. So we're looking at work at home jobs, which, by the way, there are tons. Let me go through the list, and then I'm going to then I'll tell you where you can read more about it. Okay. So just sit back and listen. Let's talk about it. All right.
Okay. Absolutely.
You could be a bookkeeper, and where you keep track of financial documents, cash flow statements. If that's interest to you, it's like pays anywhere between $18 and $24 an hour. You could teach English to non-native speakers. If you had any propensity to do that, that's between 14 and 18. Most of the time they're looking for retired teachers though. You could help people write resumes. You create and you refine client resumes, and that's anywhere between $17 and $24 an hour. There's data entry. It's a good fit if you were ever an administrative assistant, marketing coordinator, something like that. Average pay is about $19 an hour. There's an online, you could be an online juror because lawyers want to practice their cases. And so they practice it in front of a virtual audience now. And you can make anywhere from $10 to $100 a case.
Wow.
There, you could be a customer service agent. They make, anywhere between $15 and $17 an hour. If you wanted to be a tutor, you could do that. There's virtual personal assistants so if I needed somebody to look something up or to make some phone calls or to go say, I saw, Kim Kardashian in this dress, which I don't think I would ever say that to anybody that I want that dress, but you know what I mean?
Right.
If I saw that dress, if I saw Jennifer Lopez in a dress, let's say that.
Okay.
Because I really like her style, that then I could get online and then you go source that dress for me. So, and that's just an example of the jobs. Now, the worst thing you can do in your entire life, Jane, is to Google make money at home, because then you're going to get every scammer in front of you. So,
and that's what I want to avoid.
Yes, we don't want to do that. Okay. And then the other thing you could do too, as well, is you can go to places like LinkedIn Jobs, Indeed, and these other places, and look for remote work opportunities. Like, for example, Amazon hires a lot of customer service reps to work remotely, as do the insurance companies, the airlines. And so you may find, just make sure it's a big company. It's not a fly-by-night operation if you're going to do that. But I'm going to give you links to all these jobs that I just mentioned. And then if you need any help whatsoever after the fact, Jane, I'm here for you. Okay. Or if you find something and you say, I'm not sure if this is legit, then I want you to send it to me and then I'll tell you. Okay.
Will do.
Promise?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Because after all, you won Brand New or Not True. You were amazing. Jane, you were amazing. I didn't think anybody in the entire audience would be able to guess that, but you did. You did. And you won. And so now you can go forth with that knowledge that you just won Brand New or Not True. So it might be time to play the lottery. I'm just saying. I'm not sure if the two are connected, but it just seems like they might just go together. All right, so this week's life hack is all about 10 things that are illegal to throw away and how to safely dispose of them instead. So like, for example, we're going to start with household batteries. Disposable, yeah, standard batteries, alkaline batteries. Rechargeables, not so much. Car batteries, they contain lead and acid, of course, severe environmental risk. Okay, you want to check with big retailers, AutoZone, Pep Boys, Advanced Auto Parts, Walmart, even your local repair shops. Smartphone and tablets, don't throw those away. Okay, you want to use them for something else, or you want to donate them. TVs, you want to call Walmart, electronics stores. They'll accept old TVs for recycling. And then the list goes on and on. So for the entire list, head over to komando.com. That's Komando.com. And when you're there, hit the link that says Kim Show. And stay right where you are. We have more of the show coming up you don't want to miss. And back to the phones we go with Jonathan in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hi there, Jonathan.
Hi, Kim. It's wonderful to talk with you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a 70-year-old man, and I'm going to be undergoing a stem cell transplant next Friday.
Wow.
Actually.
Wow.
So I've had leukemia for a year. So the upside is I've become very aware of the need for electronics. I'm a person of the paper generation, but I've taken on, cell phone and tablet and all that kind of stuff because I'll be away from my home for 4 months from my family and friends. So what I found out interesting was those virtual reality headsets all the advertising is oriented to, gaming and stuff, which I can't relate to. But there's been some interesting work in nursing homes with these devices, and it's really helped Alzheimer's patients and just elderly people in general who are trapped, literally trapped.
Yeah, because
in a small space.
Yeah, and they have these, because some of the, National Geographic has this whole Explore series. And you could go in the oceans and you can visit national parks and monuments around the world. Yeah. And that, I think, would be just so fabulous. The VR headset that you want to get is called the Oculus Quest 2. Okay? The Oculus Quest 2. And it's probably the most all-in-one VR headset system that has come up. You don't need a PC, you don't need a gaming console, so you have everything that you need. Now, I will tell you that I bought my husband one, and are you a member of Costco by chance?
No,
Or
they don't have one around where I live.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
because I was going to say, because with Costco, if you buy, they always have to do a bundle if you buy it with Costco. So when I got his at Costco, it was the Oculus Quest 2, but it came with a carrying case. So that's why it might be a better deal than if you buy it at Amazon or even at Oculus.com or something like that. But I really think that this is going to be, something that if you're going to be in seclusion for that long, that it's going to give you a way that you won't feel so trapped, right? I mean, you'd be able to expand your horizons. You might want to pick up some of the basic games just in case, rather, because that may be something that you just may want to try from time to time too. And our prayers and best wishes that for a successful stem cell transplant. All right, let's talk about how you can surf without being tracked. You collect cookies when you browse the web, but you can stop this. What you want to use is incognito mode. Now, when you surf the web incognito, your browser doesn't save your history, your cookies, your site data, or any info that you put into forms. And in Chrome or Microsoft Edge, you're going to press Control-Shift and N on Windows, Command-Shift and N on a Mac. It's always Control on Windows and Command on a Mac, by the way. And you can always get to incognito mode or private mode off the file menu. Stay right where you are. We have more coming up here on the Westar Multimedia Network. Hey, thanks for listening to Kim Komando today. So reach over and give me a nice 5-star review. Yes, thank you. And thanks for listening.